everyone, to ListenUp Podcast. I'm Al Neely, and today we have a local comedian, Kells Morton. Yes, Kells is fantastic. I've seen her in person a few weeks ago. Absolutely amazed. You can find her, some of her shorts and reels on IG.
Yes.
You'll find her to be extremely funny. So welcome to the show. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Al.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. Question for you.
Yes, sir.
All right. What made you decide to do stand-up comedy, right? Because most of your life you've been in the military. Well,
yes.
Most of your career has been military, right?
Yes.
How long were you in the military? Been in the military.
This is year 25.
Kid. Oof.
Yes.
Wow.
This is year 25. And my son is in college, so he's out of the house.
Oh.
And I wanted
Is that a good thing? That's a good thing, right?
Oh, child. No, he was a good kid, but we just kind of like do our job and do our duty, but they need to go pay society back, right? So he's out of this house, so
right?
Adulting,
right?
Out of my pocket,
right? And hopefully he'll get a good job, so he'll stay out of the house.
Yes, take care of me when I'm old. So I decided that I wanted to do comedy because I was wanting to get into entertainment before I joined the military, but my dad was like, you can be broke or you can go in the military and then maybe in 4 years you can just go do what you want. So 4 years turned into 25.
Wow.
So I'm kind of at a point where I know I'm on the downslope of retirement. So I'll be retiring at the end of next year.
Oh, that's very good.
I can be a comedian instead of a broke comedian.
That's true. That's true.
So now I'm at a point where I just kind of want to just do my own thing, and my son's grown and don't have much responsibility. Have my son, my stepson. He's my bonus baby. He's 5, but we kind of share responsibility with his mom. So I can just kind of like do what I want. My husband's supportive. My husband is also, he has his dream job on the side because he's military, but he's on the downslope.
Yeah.
And he's an NCAA ref. So he's Division III.
Oh, that is awesome.
So he does that. His league is out of Pennsylvania. So he does the schools out there.
Is it basketball?
Football.
Football. Oh.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're kind of molding those careers after we retire.
That's awesome. So your inspiration.
My inspiration?
Yeah.
That's a hard question. So,
really?
Yes, because there's so many good comedians out here. There's good comedians that are no longer with us, and to me, those are the best ones.
Really?
Yes. Like the Red Foxes.
Oh my goodness, yeah. He's absolutely his early stuff. You get one of those albums that's a little scratchy in the back and you hear him. Yeah. Who else do you like?
Richard Pryor.
Oof.
Yes.
I grew up. I got in trouble for listening to Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor was the staple of, shit, damn, hell, fuck, motherfucker,
I know, right?
But I learned my best cursing from Richard Pryor.
Right.
But, and then some of the comedic inspirations, the females that are really doing, that have longevity. You got the Wanda Sykes and the Samores and even the Miss Pats. Like, they're all doing this 30 years later, and I can just only commend them for what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And Luenell, I can't forget Luenell. Auntie,
okay.
Yes, she is awesome. But there's younger females in the game and younger males in the game that are still considered young, but they've been doing it 15 years. Like my favorite, she was on tour with Cat Williams previously, and her name is Ashima Franklin. She did a Netflix special already, and she tours all around the world. And yeah, she's like one of my faves. Just Niche, Kelly Kells. They have all these females out here, and then there's some guys that are just killing it. I got a friend that's local, Vino Baker. He tours with Coco Brown.
Okay.
He's phenomenal. Like, there's like some guys that are just killing it. So there's no limits, there's no ceilings in where you can go in comedy. And I hope that crosses over to entertainment as acting and other opportunities.
For you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You're, for as long as you've been doing it, you're really talented.
Thank you.
And funny. Thank you. Tell me about, when you're getting up there and you first started, tell me about the nerves. Did you have any nerves, or do you still have nerves, and how do you deal with those? How do you make those adjustments? Rosé? Okay.
So I have horrible anxiety, like clinical.
No.
I do. Medication. Seriously. And the thing is, it's multiple things, because, your military, my military career has triggered some of the anxiety things. Like, I don't like being next to vans because of explosions, stuff like that. Or, I don't like planes. I don't like flying. I don't like big crowds. I hate big crowds. So it takes a lot for me to get on stage to perform, because something in me thinks like something's going to happen, and it's nothing, because the crowd is either they're going to like you or they're not. So we're our hardest critics. So before I go on stage, depending on the platform, I've been at theaters, I've been at regular comedy clubs, and I've been in small crowds, and I'm more nervous the bigger the platform.
Really?
Oh, like I couldn't even eat. I opened for Danae Hayes in April, and she has 3 million followers on TikTok. I had no idea who she was, but she was amazing. And her and her staff they were so gracious and kind, and just nice enough to take me with them to Raleigh. And I had an amazing time and amazing experience. But in a theater, I was at Martin Marietta Center for Performing Arts in Raleigh, and I did the Addicts Theater in Norfolk.
Yeah.
600 plus people, and I was dying inside. I didn't eat a morsel that day. So it's some people just can get on stage, and once they tell that joke, it's
you get the first laugh, and that's it.
And I'm fine.
Yeah.
But up until that point, I'm dying.
Okay.
It's the adrenaline app.
I would have never known, so. Even
when I was at Chicho's, I was like pretty much dying, but I think I had like a shot of vodka beforehand.
Really?
That's typically not what I do before shows. Sometimes if it's really, really bad, but I try not to, so I don't forget anything.
Yeah. So one of the things I remember about that show was somebody was trying to heckle.
Heckle, yes.
Yeah. So I never understood that. So you're in the audience and you're going to try to heckle a professional comedian
to
that
destroy you.
Right, that has a microphone, has been joking and telling jokes since they were in kindergarten, probably. A lot of practice. Chicago, you got to have some tough skin too. Yeah. Roasting. They will roast you in Chicago. Yeah. Something like that usually happen every show, or
no? That was a one-off, because like with that lady, I didn't even get a joke out. She just started, tell us what. I'm like, wait, hold on, let me tell the joke first. I could have been like, you could let me, tell the joke, or you could shut the fuck up, but I couldn't do that because I was trying to, like, people would try to fight you. They will try to fight you. So I was trying to stay professional, but most, like the other comedians, they were cussing them out, Yeah. Excuse my French. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's just bad English, but that's good. It's good. We understand.
But yes. Yeah, hecklers come and go, but most of the time I try to spare them. But as I notice, if it's really bad, then you kind of got to react. You got to address it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So today, I know you were talking about some of the people that you follow. Who do you right now thinks is? I would say Kevin Hart is probably at the pinnacle. David Chappelle.
Oh yes.
But who?
Chappelle. Ali Sadiq.
Yes.
Master storytellers.
Yes.
They are divine on stage.
Right.
Like, I just hope to be that good one day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know that takes time. So, but yes, love. I flew to Charlotte to see Chappelle. That because he didn't have anything in this area, I was like, I have to see him.
Yeah.
So, definitely.
I think comedy is needed in the society that we live in. What do you feel comedy and comedians bring to society? And
I think that there are some comedians that are very outspoken with like political views, like the D.L. Hughley's, and I can only respect that. Very aware of issues in our community. So like the Ricky Smileys, and I love it. I love the fact that that's what they bring to the table. Besides the comedic therapy, they also bring the awareness, right? And then the other comedians that are not so vocal, we need them too, right?
You're talking about in terms of activism.
Correct.
Okay, right.
Correct. So, and not everybody's going to have that, right?
No, but I think we all need to laugh, right?
Correct.
Right. And I think when you talk to some people, they think that you can make a statement with comedy and it's more readily accepted. Like Bill Burr, for example, right?
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Love him.
And whereas you just can't stand up there and do that if you're a politician or someone else, and you still catch flack as a comedian. But
you do. But you gotta say what everybody's thinking. That's why we're here.
Right.
It's funny because it's true in more than one person's point of view. If you can walk into, and Kevin Hart is great at this, that's why his audience is so big. He can walk into a room and make everyone laugh from every walk of life.
Right.
The Joe Coy's hilarious.
Joe's terribly funny, yeah.
Because they're able to bring that perspective to any color, any race, and that is talent. We need them.
Right.
So
you were in the military. Were you in combat zones?
I'm still in the military.
Right. I'm sorry. That's right.
Almost done.
Were you in combat zones while you were in the military?
I have been in combat zones. I have been deployed. I've been boots on ground. I've been on deployments with ships. I've been the communications officer on a carrier. I've done it all for the last 25 years. I have scrubbed toilets. I have, done the menial jobs, and I've done the leadership jobs, and all of them make a difference in what we do.
Do you make them laugh while you're up there?
Oh, I did.
I need a promotion.
If you got like a lot of young guys, that is the way to get them to do things. If they are having a good time, that is the persuasive rule to get somebody to work and not ask questions.
They say laughter is good for many things. They say that's how you can get a girl if you're funny. So you don't have to be good looking. You just need to be funny. Get her to laugh.
I mean, I can get a lot of guys.
You did.
I did. I laughed his drawers off, My husband will tell you. But, I try to, I just like to have a good time. But a lot of comedians are introverts, too. So when I get to the house, it's like I'm powering down like Windows, like, do, like.
Yeah.
But it really is effective if you need people to do things at work, because you're deployed, you're out there, you're by yourself, they don't have family there. But if I roast them and be like, did you put lotion on today? What is coming? Come here. Come here.
Yeah.
Come here, young grasshopper. What'd I tell you? Didn't I tell you to go kill an asshole? And then I give them the mama. But they loved, I had no problems.
Right.
No problems. I didn't have any, only got, one sailor got in trouble for DUI. None of them got in trouble for anything else. And I was there for 2 years. No problems.
That was because you were telling jokes the whole time?
No, I always told them to stay out the hospital and jail every weekend.
Yeah, I've heard those stories.
Every weekend.
That's, commanding officers' announcement on Fridays. Yeah.
Stay out of the hospital and stay out of jail. That's all I ask.
Wow. Interesting. So, just one son that's in college and then one with...
Bonus baby.
5
years. He just actually, he had his kindergarten graduation today. I went earlier.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. That's my Creedy Poo. His name's Creed. I love him. He's a great kid. He's so full of energy. And that's my comedic therapy, because some of the stuff that, kids...
Yeah, that's the money when you get your material from.
Honest. So, and then, the best material is family life. My mother, the kids, dealing with everything around you that's what is relatable to everybody, because it's happened. Mm-hmm. That situation happened somewhere else.
Right.
So
they don't get upset with you when you
tell them jokes.
Yeah.
He's just gonna have to accept it. You married into this.
That's right. When the checks start rolling in, it's like, keep joking me.
I'm going to retire him. It's going to happen.
Wow.
But, it's easy material.
That's what I heard. So, you have a show coming up, you said. Mm-hmm. And what do you have on the horizon for this area?
That's the one on the 11th is at the FFX Theater. It's at the Oceanfront. That's a clean show. On the 11th, midweek comedy relief. And then I have a couple of private events this month. And hopefully I get some more bookings. Funny Bone, call me. No, great relationship with the folks over at Funny Bone.
Yeah.
So I'll get booked for gigs, and I'm super grateful for the opportunities.
Yeah.
That they give. So.
Yeah. Last time I was there, we saw Ari Spears.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He just, half of his show is messing with everybody in the audience.
With the crowd.
So you're sitting up front. You just know.
You getting it.
You're getting it.
You pick that spot, you getting it.
Right.
He's funny though. He's like it's just such a long list of goats, that have been in the business for 30 years plus, and they're still on stage and they're still funny,
Yeah. I was on the elevator one night with Tracy Morgan, and he was performing at Funny Bones, and it was hilarious that he got off the elevator, and Tracy Morgan, his comedy is goofy, but he is goofy too. He gets off, goes, oh, and he turns around and goes, oh, we're wrong floor, and walks back and says, what's up, man? It's like, how you doing? I when you're famous, I don't like to draw too much attention to you because, people are people. You don't know what kind of day they had. And some people are just super nice and they'll do a lot of things. But, I try to keep it low key.
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm sure he appreciates that, too, because they want to be normal, Because when you become famous like that, you kind of give up
your part of your privacy.
Yes.
Yeah, and then with the onset of social media, you have access to them.
Everyone.
Right. So you can you could slip in their DMs or you can message them on IG. Yeah, so it becomes an issue if somebody's out to come after you.
Did you see the SNL episode recently with Eddie Murphy imitating Tracy Morgan?
That was hilarious.
That was my favorite.
Right. Nobody.
Classic.
Yeah. Everybody, they couldn't keep it straight.
I couldn't keep it straight. Like, I don't know how they kept it together that long.
Tracy was like, he did a really good job. Everybody else was just.
That was hilarious. Yeah. Absolute classic. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved that
episode. It was great. That was fantastic. So, Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
When did you start watching Saturday Night Live? I got to tell you, deep down inside, I've always had admiration for comedians, and I just wanted to be able to make people laugh. But, I don't think I'm funny.
Never know.
Yeah. When you can make somebody laugh. But, I started watching Saturday Night Live in the 80s. Yeah. So I look back, and then you had some really great comedians come off of there. Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
A lot of inspiration. Did you like the Wayans? What was it? What was that? Did you?
Keenan Ivory?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Living Color. Mm-hmm. Used to love that one.
I used to sneak and watch it. Because my parents was like, no.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to watch it because I was like, this is funny, And then I went to see the Fly Girls dance because I couldn't dance worth a damn.
Where'd you grow up?
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't dance, but I could laugh, and I felt like I could joke,
Mm-hmm.
But In Living Color was the best.
Yes.
The best.
Yeah.
And that's where Jim Carrey was already in Hollywood, but once he went on Living Color.
Oh, I had no idea he was.
Oh, wow.
Until after In Living Color. Mm-hmm. Oh, but he's
I think
hilarious.
he was at the Comedy Store a lot and just in Hollywood, performing at the comedy scenes.
Right.
So, but everybody that was on In Living Color ended up doing great things.
I know.
So that was a great catalyst for their careers.
Yeah. I can't remember Kelly Coffey. I don't know what she's doing, but
she's
I remember
still funny.
Everybody else. Is she?
I don't know. I haven't seen her, but most of them, 90% of the cast is still, doing things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Comedy is just, it's amazing. How do you feel about stand-up versus improv?
Oh, I took an improv class at Push Theater.
Yeah.
That was last year. And Brad McCurran.
Yes.
He runs the classes over there.
Brad, I know him well. He was my teacher as well.
The funniest. I love Brad.
Is. Yeah.
I love Brad. And I took the improv class to better my stage presence.
Interesting.
Because I was not comfortable on stage. So that helped. Is it my favorite form of comedy? I think I'm good at it. I think that I could do it. I just like stand up because it allows me to do what I want. When you're doing improv, you have to make the other person look better. I don't want to build a joke off of somebody else. I want to do what I want to do,
Right.
And that's just what I like to do. But was it fun? Absolutely. Did I do great? Yes. But I just wanted to see how I felt on stage when I was doing improv. Something to venture probably in the future. I'll probably take some more classes because you can never, be too good at something. Mm-hmm. I think that I can still build my skills by taking, the second improv, the third 301.
Yeah.
So
you
interesting for later.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that you were thinking maybe about doing some acting. Have you done that?
I have. I have.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I have. I had a short film that I did local, and then I just filmed a small scene for a movie called Deadly Obsession 2. The first one was on YouTube and Amazon Prime. So I'll have IMDb credits when it's released. So directors in Richmond Kendra. And then I got the invite, kicking myself, for Blowback, which had the guy that was in Next Friday.
Which one?
He was in Dead Presidents.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he was in Blowback. Blowback was released. It's at the film festival now, and I got an invite from the director, Brian Thompson, and I could not film because I had to work. So I had to kind of pass on that opportunity. Hence is why I was like, I have to retire because this is.
You've been there long enough.
Yes.
Yeah, you've served us well. Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Yes. So how did you get into acting?
And I did a commercial for some sea moss. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to do something different. I don't know if that, if that's going to evolve into something else. But a lot of comedians start acting, the Kevin Harts and the Tiffany Haddishes.
Oh, Tiffany's hilarious.
And I'm not mad at it,
Right.
They're funny on screen too. So.
Yeah.
So it's something I just don't want to put a ceiling on something that has potential.
Right.
So, if I'm here for 25 years, I can do 25 years somewhere else and do good things.
Yeah, you don't want to limit yourself at this point. If you're on stage, you can be on stage.
I got a good 10 years left until a facelift. So.
Oh, you have. You do not look like you have a 25-year-old. So
thank you.
He probably hates me. Am I checking out my mom?
His friends did.
Yeah.
He was like, that's my mom.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a good thing. Thing.
I am not mad at this DNA, okay?
Yeah.
Cheers, Mom,
Absolutely, yeah.
So if I can keep it, and I've lost weight. So, when you know that you're going into entertainment, you can't, they hire every size and shape. But for me, I had to do it for myself.
Right.
So I lost like 30 pounds on top of that.
Yeah, well, my acting teacher's like, you need to lose weight. You need to do this. Your teeth needs to be white. I'm like,
I'm going to get veneers in October.
See? Yeah.
So it's just.
That's a lot of pressure.
It's part of the business, though. I want more work. You got to film well.
Yeah.
It's just part of the business. That doesn't mean you have to be the most attractive. You just got to look good on camera.
Well, you need to be able to act too.
That too.
Yeah.
But you gotta work on that. You gotta practice your lines and memorize. So.
Are your parents alive?
They are. My dad's in Illinois,
and
my mother's in New Hampshire.
So what do they think? Have they seen you do stand up?
They haven't yet.
Really?
My plan is.
You didn't make sure you invite them to one of them dirty shows.
Well, they're gonna have to get these jokes whether they're dirty or clean.
Yeah.
I did some content about my mother because she goes, these older people go crazy on social media. They do not need accounts, okay? So they comment on stuff that's like 6 years old. Like, what are you doing back here? I don't like shit from yesterday. Why are you 2020? Like, what is happening right now? So, I just kind of like, I am waiting.
Yeah, one of those moms, huh?
That I have that mom. So, actually, I'm going to submit. I got an invite for Crack 'em Up Thursday, or Crack 'em Up Comedy in Chicago. So that is Nichelle Murdoch, and she does all the Crack 'em Up series in LA, and she has a big range. So I can't wait to submit for that. And I think it's like a Tuesday night show. But if I can get in Tuesday and do well, I can get in Saturday, get some.
Oh, that's how that works.
Sometimes you got to build it up, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So, couple goals, Laugh Factory LA, right? Comedy Store. All of
those are like
Second City Chicago.
Oh, those are like superior imperial
Chef's Kiss.
Names there. Yeah, absolutely.
Where the greats have been. So
yeah.
Those are on the bucket list. Go down to Atlanta, do Uptown, obviously, and the City Winery in Chicago and Philly, Punchline. All of those things are on the list, and I'm going to get there. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, I believe it.
So.
I believe it. You've come a long way in just a short period of time.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but you have to be talented in order to do that.
Yes. They're not going to pay you if you're not funny.
No, absolutely.
They're going to be like, boo.
Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to coming out to see you again. So I just got to keep an eye on when you're going to be around. So, I'm going to do everything I can to let everybody know you're here because you're fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So kind.
And I just love to laugh. I love comedy. And, I appreciate you guys. You comedians, you get up there and you do those things to make people laugh. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Thank you for having me. And I appreciate doing ListenUp Podcast. This is a great platform. And I'm going to tell all my followers to follow Al Neely.
Oh, please do. Yeah. I need to build mine.
It's hard, man. It's hard building this social media.
Yeah, it's a challenge. And everybody's, in the lane now. So you started 15, 20 years ago, there was nobody in it.
Nobody.
Yeah, and they were doing it from the kitchen table or the,
And now they're millionaires.
Right. And it was all audio. Yeah, so it's changed quite a bit.
It's so hard because we didn't grow up doing that. So
No, and the generation, your son's generation, it's like technology's like, yeah, okay, secondhand to them. Yeah.
And some of these people are getting gigs because they're funny internet comedians. They're not.
Really?
Yes. So there's a lot of comedians that are stand up now, but they started doing skits or sketches on Instagram.
Had no idea.
And they'll get booked all over the country. And it happens that way, and that's how they start stand-up. I ain't mad at it. Get the bag. Get the bag. As long as they're funny or they bring somebody that's funny enough to carry that show, I think they're fine. I'm not against it because I'm not going to hate on anybody's, hustle because they're doing something.
Right.
They're making a lane for themselves. So some people don't like it. I just say, hey, get your hustle on. Like, do what you need to do.
That's enough for everybody.
Correct.
That's the way I look at it. So you're in competition with yourself.
Better than yesterday. That's it.
Yep, absolutely. So, what I want to do is I want to put as much as I can out for you. So I'm going to make sure everything is attached to your platforms for you.
Okay.
So, exposure.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do my best. All right?
All right.
All right. So, everyone, thank you for tuning in. And thank you, Kells, for coming in and talking with us. And we have to have you on again.
Okay.
Okay. When you get a little bit more time in the future, come on. And that's our show for today. Thank you for tuning in to Listen Up. And we'll see you next time on Listen Up. Take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Listen Up with your host, Al Neely, for full episodes, real conversation, and lots of insight. While you're at it, stay connected with me on Instagram at ListenUp for You, and on Facebook at Let's Talk About It, Listen Up. Also on TikTok at ListenUp Podcast Neely for real topics with real people, real life. I would love for you to be part of the conversation. So follow and subscribe, but mostly listen up.